Monday. And those of you that are in the States, happy Memorial Day. So many people are off work today here in the US, but today we are going to be diving into the Earth signs, the Earth Zodiac signs. So hello to Virgo and Capricorn and Taurus. We're going to be taking a look into your June 2022 reading. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Tara and I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you want to know a little bit more about me, go ahead and check out my website. It's down below, kittensweightsandtarot.com. I also have a link to Desert Cauldron. It's a little witchy shop that James of Light of Raga and I own together, and we have lots of one-of-a-kind items and unique items for your witchy practice. Come dance in the desert with us over at Desert Cauldron. And definitely go check out my Patreon and upcoming newsletter in just a couple of days. There's a newsletter that I put out on the 1st of every month, and that is it. I don't play the spam game, so definitely go check it out. All right, so for today, let's find out what the Earth signs have cooked up for June of 2022. So I already have all of your items here. So let's go ahead and take a look. Before we get started, just want to show off some of the decks that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Northern Animal Tarot. I decided for each of these elemental readings maybe to choose decks that are based off of your elements. So with our Earth element, I decided to go with a little bit more earthy type decks. So I also have my Wally's World Oracle. That's just a staple no matter what reading I'm doing. That's an oracle that I created along with our beautiful community. And if you are interested in this deck, the link is down below. I'm also going to bust out my charms. A lot of people love it when I'm reading with my charms. I have a lot of these goofy little charms here, but I love it. They work, and they are fantastic to work with. All right, I'm also going to bust out the Nature Speak Oracle. And Shelby, hey, it says hello, so pretty as can be. Well, thank you. And it's nice and warm today, so I decided to dress nice and cool, you know, when it's triple digits. I'm also busting out the Earth Power Oracle because hello, Earth signs. All right, so I'm going to cast an elemental circle, and the purpose of that is so that all the messages coming through are for our best and highest good, and the energy here is as clear as it can be. And the reason it is energetic is so that you don't have to physically be here with me. Energy transcends space and time. And actually, speaking of time, we just finished watching a rerun of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I believe it was called Timescape or Time something, where basically they were in all these different, time shifts, and there was like some aliens that were dressed up as Romulans, but they weren't true Romulans. You know me, I'm just like a Trekkie, so. Anyway, I'm going to bust out some of the elements right now. So the element of fire, water, air, and earth in order to cast our circle. So starting off with the element of fire. And again, my intention is just the energy of fire helps to clear the space. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a go. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. And a little bit of that air element. Hello, air signs. We're in Gemini season. I'm going to be using a bit of sweetgrass. There we go. Ooh, sweetgrass is so nice. So very nice, very nice. Okay. And let's go ahead and put that there so that it doesn't burn the floor. And then I also have a little bit of my Florida water. Just go ahead and wash away anything that doesn't need to be here. And also, you know what? It just feels nice because it's warm. So hey, some Florida water. And then for earth, I'm going to bust out my wand. So this is a wand that actually I bought from James a couple of years ago, maybe a few years ago, but I love it so much. And so we're going to be calling in the elementals of the north first, which is off to my right. So let's go ahead and do that. So calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. The circle oracles cast, let our work begin, and so it is. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get her done. I want to do real quick, maybe just a little bit of sound clearing. I like to use my Tibetan singing bowl for that, and this one is tuned for Om, which is connected to the heart chakra. Just getting the area nice and clear. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with our elemental reading. So what I want to do is go into first an overall reading for earth signs in general, no matter where your earth sign resides, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, or perhaps it hangs out somewhere else in your chart. And then we'll go into the zodiac signs individually. So taking a look at Virgo, taking a look at Taurus, and into Capricorn, what the month of June has in store for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with just the elemental reading first. And of course, we'll look into opportunities and blocks and all that good stuff so that we can have an amazing June. And by the way, in June, we are going to have the start of summer. So Litha here in the Northern Hemisphere, super excited, as I do consider myself a little summer baby. And also excited because, well, there's a lot of birthdays that happen in the month of June. One of them is mine. So I'm excited. Okay, so I like to use my Wally's World Oracle to pull a theme card for the month. So let's just take a look at the overarching theme. Hold on, I have a little bit of an eyelash. Okay. Oh, all right. And so the card that has popped up is actually a picture that I took for this deck, and it is the last card of the deck. It's card number 64, and that is actually my home that I had in Spring Valley. So give me just a moment with this for earth signs. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is that the overall theme is keeping the focus on staying grounded, and where you are grounded, you are secure, almost like creating a home base wherever you are. The point being is that there are going to be a lot of energies, as there already have been. You know, we're in eclipse season and all that good stuff, and although we are ending Mercury retrograde, there's just a lot. You know, the collective is going through a lot. There's a lot of upgrades, there's a lot of shifts, and so we're growing at a rapid rate together at this moment. And so in June, as things continue to accelerate as they have been, it's really good for you guys to stay as grounded as possible. And you guys being earth signs, you should know a little bit about grounding, but sometimes with our busy lives, we forget about it. So for you guys especially, you know, put your hands in the soil, you know, get out there barefoot in the sand, put your feet in the grass or whatever it may be, so you can ground yourselves in all this crazy energy that is going on. And crazy doesn't always mean bad. It's like, it's just what it is. It's a neutral type energy. And sometimes when energy is intense, we can take it one way or the other, either positive or negative, or perhaps we keep it remaining neutral. But the main focus here, as the overarching thing, as we connect it to, you know, the rest of our reading this evening, is that you need to create a home wherever you are. So if you're out and about and you're away from your physical home, if you feel overwhelmed, then it's, I gotta stop, I have to ground, almost like they tell you in school, stop, drop, and roll, except don't stop, drop, and roll, stop, ground, and meditate. And bring home to where you are, because usually when we are in our home, we feel safe, we feel secure. So you want that same sense of security with you on the go when you're away from your physical home. Okay. So now let's take a look into the Northern Animal Tarot and what it says for the rest of our elemental reading. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Okay, so like I said, we'll get into the individual zodiacs, but let's just get an overarching look into the earth signs in general for the month of June. All right, this is let's go ahead and pull a few cards here. There's card number 1, card 2, card 3, and let's go with one more card, because why not? And I hope you guys are having a lovely evening. So let me know if you guys already had dinner, you're having dinner. Some of you guys are just listening in the background. I actually made a German potato salad this evening. So, I mean, it was kind of a hot dinner on a hot day, but it was still pretty good, I think. All right, so let's turn over these cards one by one so you guys can see them. And we have the 9 of Wands. All right. And then, oh, interesting, another 9, 9 of Cups. Well, that's interesting. Let's see what these other 2 cards are. We have the Page of Cups. And then we have the 2 of Swords. Interesting. So just kind of going off the 2 9s that we had at the very beginning, which also very interesting. 9 plus 9 is 18. You add them together, it's another 9. So lots of 9 energy for the month of June for you guys, which it makes sense when I pulled that card at the very beginning about making sure that you stay extremely grounded throughout June. You know, otherwise you're going to get swept off your feet. So making sure that you are grounded, safe and secure wherever it is that you are on a daily basis. And so that number 9, we consider it a very pregnant number in Mayan belief, Mayan astrology. So that number 9 is fertile. It's all about growth. It's also the incubation period for, you know, a human to have a baby. And it's also, you know, the 9 months, or I would say, yes, there's the 9 months for the baby cycle, but also it's connecting to lunar cycles. There's the number 9, not actually 9 days, but when you dive into Mayan astrology, it kind of looks like a seashell. So kind of like Fibonacci. There's this 9, this recurring 9, which is like the creation and center of all things. So knowing that there's going to be a lot of fertile energy, a lot that you guys can grow things from, you know, a lot that you can create in the month of June. Also know that it's very easy, like I said before, to get swept off your feet. So you want to make sure that those seeds that you sow are going to be planted nice and firm so that they can grow into something wonderful, and you want to make sure that you're grounded while you are doing it. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards one by one. Well, actually, you know what? Let's take a look at them as a whole, and then let's go over them one by one. And by the way, if you get something else that I don't necessarily mention in the cards, go ahead and say it in the chat. That's the reason I love doing the live chat, is because I would like you guys to have your input as well. You know, if you guys are pulling cards along with me, fabulous. Then go ahead and let us know what cards you have pulled, what your intuition is saying, so that we can all come together and expand upon the messages for the month of June. Okay, so just taking a look at it as a whole. Give me just a moment. As many of you know, I've been doing a lot more channeling recently than just kind of going into the traditional meaning of the cards. Okay, so very interesting that I was saying at the very beginning of this chat about time, and that I just watched a Star Trek The Next Generation episode based on time, you know, time moving slowly or fast, moving forwards and backwards. And it seems like time is of the essence to us personally, you know, in the month of June. So for the earth signs, it feels like there's this pressure that you've given yourself, that nobody else has given you this deadline, but you've given yourself this deadline of, I need to get this done before June 30th. You know, this needs to get done in 2 weeks or else, you know, and putting a lot of pressure on yourself. And like I said, there's already a lot of energy going on. So when you add already a tremendous amount of energy, plus the stress that you're putting on yourself, you're going to reach a burnout. And remember that there is a fertile amount of energy for you guys to create the things that you want to. But if you're burned out, it's very hard to create the things that you've been wanting to. So it's almost like a catch-22. You want to create a lot, but if you know, go gung-ho and, you know, crank that number to 11 and you're just like trying to get so much done, you won't be able to get as much done than if you slow it down just a little bit. So I know that in your mind, especially I'm thinking of my Taurus friends out there, in your mind it may be just like, you know, go, 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 you know, just, you know, drive your horns forward, put your head down and just like get it done. And I could worry about resting later. But from what I've got for the rest of the year, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a slowdown. So if you're going to think that July is going to be some sort of slowdown after all the time that you've spent burning the wick at both ends in June, that slowdown will not come. So it's best to remain in the present and try to take care of yourself as best you can. Yes, you can have goals. Yes, you can have things that you want to manifest and that you want to grow, but you have to remember that you're only human and you know, things can flourish much better when you are flourishing, when your energy is flourishing. Okay, so let me see if I have to look at anything individually, because that's kind of what I was getting. Okay, I want to take a look at these two cards here, because it kind of seems like they're related also with their number 9s. So if you look at the 9 of Wands here and the 9 of Cups, it almost feels, well, actually, this one, I know it's a reindeer, but it made me think of like Capricorn, so I'll just think of like horns, although, yeah, I guess like Taurus has horns too, but anyway, it seems like for our earth signs in general, you guys obviously want to be in this type of energy. You want to feel proud of yourself, but that also means that many of you guys are putting a lot of stress on yourself, you know, as we see here. You know, I want to get this done, and once I get it done, I'm going to be so proud of myself. And yes, you will when it's all done. But if you rush through it and you're sleepless through it and you're cranky and you're stressed while you're going through it and it's finally complete, usually we don't have the time to revel in that gratitude of all that we did to accomplish our goal. You know, we're just too tired, and then it's like I would say like the joy in creating what you did is almost lost, you know, because of the overwhelm, the stress, and the tiredness that comes from being at the very end. So then it feels like it's then on to the next thing, you know, whereas that was a big deal to you, you know, just last week or yesterday, and now we're already on to the next thing. So if you really do want to be in this moment of gratitude, it's all about living in the moment, living in the now, and really appreciating each step that you're taking in the thing that you guys are creating or in the thing that you guys are doing. So trying not to burn yourself out so that you can stay in a constant state of gratitude. And so here we're taking a look at the Page of Cups and the Two of Swords. You know, like I was saying with those number 9s, that yes, you do have a lot of fertile energy. Man, there's so much magic in the month of June, whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. With that solstice, there is a lot. There is a lot going on, but it's going to take you slowing down and going inwards and appreciating everything that you've done. Appreciation for yourself, your mind, your ideas, and all the people that have come to help you. So then you feel rejuvenated as you go on to the next step. Okay? All right. Excellent, Earth signs. All right. Let's go into the charms, because now I want to pull some charms for our individual zodiac signs. So again, for Capricorn, for Taurus, for Virgo. Let's take a look-see here. Let's go ahead and pull for Cappy first. Let's go, Capricorn. Let's see what you got going on in June. Okay. I have a couple of charms here. Oh, let's see what we got here. Oh, we have a little flip-flop, a little sandal, and we have a little ambulance. Okay, so give me just a moment to go inwards and see what this means for Capricorn. Okay, So kind of throughout the reading thus far, I was talking about making sure that you remain grounded so that you feel safe and secure no matter where you are. But also, we took in the element of earth reading, about being able to have gratitude and staying in the present moment. So, here with the sandal or the flip flop, I was getting, definitely taking care of yourself. When we think of people wearing flip flops, they're feeling very relaxed. We think of people walking along the beach and things like that. So definitely time to rejuvenate. Because if we don't take the time to show gratitude, to honor, to love our mental health, our physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, so forth, we're going to see a breakdown of those various energetic bodies. So let's say we have been pushing ourselves emotionally and mentally too hard. In the physical body, things may present themselves in order for the 3D person, ourself, to be able to recognize that and say, uh-oh, something's off, something's out of balance. I've been pushing myself too hard, and now my body is starting to rebel against it. So Capricorn, please pay close attention to your body. It's trying to tell you things. It's in order to keep you healthy. I know it sounds like the inverse. When we start to catch a cold, it's really for our body to let us know we've been pushing ourselves too hard. It doesn't want you to be sick. It wants you to pull it back a little bit, take care of yourself so that you can heal and so that you can prevent yourself from getting sick in the future. So same thing here, if you don't want to have the warning signs that show up, in perhaps the mental body or the emotional body, physical body, then you're going to want to take care of all those aspects. You want to make sure that everything is in balance. So I know that there's a lot to do, but you're not a machine, you're a human being, so you always have to put yourself first and foremost. All right, so yes, that is Capricorn. All right, so let's take a look into, oh, Sumi's here, hello. It says, I put a spell on you. And Lady Galaxia says, sending love and light. Same to you too. All right, let's look at, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, baby, sun, moon, rising, or dancing somewhere else in your chart. Okay, Taurus, what do we got here? Okay, so that's the number 9, and wasn't I just talking about the number 9 earlier? I mean, we've already had a couple of 9s, and these 2 9s, when you add them up, is 18, which is basically another number 9, and we have another number 9 here. Lady Galaxia is like, yes, I'm a Taurus sun. So, okay, guys, I'm going to leave the number 9 up to you guys for all of you Taurus out there. I usually, when it comes to letters and numbers, I leave that for you and your intuition, and then usually all the other little charms I pick up for me. But this could mean the 9th day, so maybe June 9th. It could be 9 weeks from now. It could also be September, so the 9th month. It also could be the age somebody is turning. So perhaps somebody's child is turning 9, or maybe your fur baby is turning 9. My fur babies won't be 9 until next year. But definitely take this as you want. But for me, I mean, it just seems interesting that it's another number 9. So definitely lots of possibilities for our Taurus out there. Okay, so let's see what else Taurus has here. Taurus has a little white kitty. Oh. All right, so let me put these together. Just do a little bit of channeling for our Taurus friends out there. Oh, Taurus. Okay, so this is mostly coming off this cat charm here. Okay, so perhaps it was really beneficial that I watched that Star Trek episode right before here. Okay, so not only was that Star Trek episode all about time, but there was a funny little side thing going on where Commander Riker had to babysit Data's cat named Spot. And apparently Spot doesn't like Commander Riker so much, and Commander Riker doesn't really seem to like cats all that much. And so, well, he got his due, where apparently Spot had like scratched up his forehead, because, well, if he doesn't like cats, well, then you can't assume that the cat is going to like him. And so what I'm getting here with this cute little kitten is that Taurus, yes, sometimes you guys can be like the cute little kitten, that we see on the Instagram videos. You see the little kittens and they're rubbing their tummies, and you see the little Tobians and everything's just so cute. They're so adorable. But we also know that on the flip side, a cat will mess you up. And don't forget that cats come in bigger sizes as well. Think of mountain lions, think of lions and tigers and the like, bobcats. So know when you're getting to the point at which, well, you guys don't really have claws, Taurus, you have hooves, but where you're going to start busting out the horns. Yes, I'm referring to the Breakfast Club. You're going to get the horns. So so when you feel like you're starting to get to that point with a situation or particular person, that should be your cue to back off. That's when you should do a little self-reflection, stop, ground and meditate, as I say, or stop, drop, and roll. Something's wrong here. Something's out of balance. Either I've been pushing myself too hard, I've not been giving myself enough rest. Have I been giving myself the mental breaks that I should have? Have I been sleeping enough? Am I hydrated? Am I hungry? Am I tending to my physical body? Have I had at least a little bit of a spiritual practice each day, no matter what that practice is? I know many of you come from many faiths, many backgrounds, many beliefs. Are you incorporating some of that into your daily ritual? Our daily rituals sometimes to go to work, but also there is an emotional ritual, there's mental rituals, there's spiritual rituals. So make sure that you're keeping yourself in as balance as possible. So if you feel like you're turning from cute kitten to tiger that's ready to rip somebody's face off, then yes, something is quite out of balance. But also, I pulled that number 9. Let's see if I can feel it. Here it is. I pulled that number 9, and remember I said that is a very pregnant number. It's a number that is very fertile. It's all about manifestation and creation. And when we think of cats, we often think of them as being very mystical and very magical, that they are in touch with their intuition, that they are also connected with moon energy and also with the divine feminine, whether they're male or female cat. It's just the energy that they are associated with. So perhaps that is an energy that you want to align yourself with, just to keep yourself in as balanced state as possible. Yes, I know that you're an earth sign, but sometimes we have to balance that out with all the other elements as well. Let's see if I get anything else coming through. Nope, that was about it. That was kitty energy. All right. Let's see. Let's go back here. Missed some of your comments. Lady Galaxio says, I have a white kitty named Ghost. Really? That's so cool. Oh, and then Sumi also reminding, cats have 9 lives. A lot of this number 9 energy. So not just for our Taurus friends, but just in general for the earth, for our earth signs, a lot of 9 energy. And I know that I'm coming at the number 9 from a Mayan mythology and Mayan numerology and Mayan astrology perspective. But you definitely want to look into that number as well and see what that means for you. Lady Galaxia is like, that's what I was thinking. I've definitely been a bit out of balance lately. Well, cats are great reminders about balance. Perhaps maybe not my baby Wally, because he's kind of clumsy for a cat. He doesn't seem to land on his feet. He seems to land on his back or his side. But he's he's a very special case. Loki, on the other hand, he can, with his ginormous cat self, can just like tiptoe around tarot cards and fragile little things and not knock anything over. And I don't know how he does it. It's like he's magic. So perhaps that's something that you guys want to take into consideration as well, is like keeping that cat balance, that cat magic. Okay, Virgo. All right, we have our little Virgoans. Sun, moon, rising. Let's see. What do you guys have for June? Dun, 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 dun. Wait, Is that 2? Yeah, that's 2. Okay. Let's see what you guys have here. Oh. All right. So you have the letter M. Very interesting. Perhaps that means something to someone. So I leave that up to you guys. Remember, with letters and numbers, kind of leave that to you. So let me know in the comments if M might be a significant. All right, and then we have this cute little dinosaur here. I suppose he's meant to be a T-Rex. I mean, he's got the little arms. Okay, so let's see what that means for Virgo. Oh my goodness. Okay, right away. Okay, so I'm thinking, I was thinking of an actual like T-Rex, and I'm thinking how silly they are with like their little arms. And I was thinking that a T-Rex, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, is actually the embodiment of the amount of work and responsibility Virgo might try to take on themselves in the month of June. So I know Virgo, sometimes you like to have control of the situation, you will make things all nice and neat, and I'll just take it on and I'll just get it done and everything will be really nice. And yes, I do have some Virgos in my life. My best friend's wife is Virgo, my mother's a Virgo. Quite familiar with them. So it's almost as if, if you were to take all of your responsibility and everything, and all of the stress that you put on yourself, and all of the, I'm just going to do it all by myself type energy, and turn that into a dinosaur, it would look like a T-Rex because it's ginormous. It's a big T-Rex, but it's not feasible to get it all done yourself, hence the little tiny arms. Here you have this giant thing to do and perhaps not enough arms to do it, or, big enough hands. And so Virgo, I think it's very important that, as I was telling the other 2 signs, to, have a little bit of some sort of spiritual practice every day, no matter, what your background, your belief is, or what it is that you do for your spiritual practice, to kind of check in and perhaps this is really good at the beginning of the day. What do I want to accomplish today? And you write it all out and you take a look at it. And instead of taking a look at it with your ego mind, where the ego mind, the Virgo mind, might want to be like, okay, we can get her done. Yes, that list looks really, really long, but you know what? I can do it. I'm strong. I have the mental fortitude. And, I bet if you're placed under some extreme duress, yes, I'm sure you could get it all done. But is it healthy? Probably not. Not for your mental health and your emotional health and your physical health. So kind of getting this thing for all 3 of you guys is just take a load off just a little bit. And so when you look at that to-do list, Virgo, like I said, put the Virgo you aside, the ego portion of you. And if you were an outsider was looking in on this, and they were looking out for your well-being and what was best for you, what would that outsider say? They would probably say, ooh, that's a lot to do in one day, and I love you, I care for you, therefore, why don't you just focus on some of the more important things, like maybe this one and this one and this one, and we can delegate the rest of them. So yes, since we are in Gemini season, this is all about communication and working with others. And if that's something that you kind of shy away from, well, then that just means that's a opportunity to grow that talent, to work with people. I'm sure that you can, but some signs shy away from it. So this is an opportunity to try to improve those skills, those communication skills and the collaborative skills, so we can do things with full arms and not little T-Rex arms. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Lady Galaxia says, I've never caught your live streams before, but I've been following you for a while. I absolutely love your energy. I've been practicing tarot for about 7 years as a way of healing from trauma. This is amazing. Yeah, and I think that tarot is just a wonderful tool for, inward reflection and journaling, and definitely for helping with trauma. It says, I see myself as an intermediate witch and have so much more to learn. Hey, we're forever students. We're always students. We're teachers and students. Okay, so I would like to jump into some opportunities and some blocks for our little earth signs. So I'm going to use the Nature Speak Oracle for that by Ted Andrews. I love Ted Andrews' stuff. I'm sad that some of his books are in storage, but one day when we have our yurt, I will have a bookcase, or maybe I'll make one of those bookshelves that goes like around the whole ceiling. That'd be so cool, like books just lining everywhere. Okay, let's go into some opportunities for our earth signs for June of 2022. All right, let's go into possible block. What can we look at? Possible block. Okay. All right, so it's actually, let's take a look at that possible block that our earth signs could run into in June. And remember, by taking a look at this block, it's so we can learn how to transmute it, to maybe go around it, or perhaps there's something in need of healing so that we can go through it. Okay, and we have autumn, harvest, and sow. Okay, so right away I heard premature. So with all of the earth signs thus far, you know, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, it's been all about you guys taking a lot on. You've been wanting to do a lot because intuitively, I think you guys are sensing that it's a very fertile time in June. There's a lot that you can accomplish. However, you have to remember that you're also only human and that you're not a robot that can just like, you know, continue doing things without eating or sleeping. And so when I heard the word premature, it was about some of you guys getting overly excited about the things that you guys can create and wanting to prematurely finish them, you know, so putting a undue deadline on things, you know, when they're coming from the soul and they're coming from the heart, they'll be done when they'll be done. But some of us are a little bit more start to finish minded and work minded, so there needs to be some sort of deadline. So let's just make the deadline next week, or let's make the deadline in 2 weeks, or at the end of June, where the project or whatever it is that you're creating may actually need more time, especially for you to benefit from all of the lessons and all the skills that you can get from this particular thing that you guys are doing, and all the multitude of things that you guys will be doing in June. And so I'm just really seeing that to put a finite deadline when nobody else has told you to do a deadline or anything like that, and just creating extra stress for yourself and perhaps not allowing the full run of the energy of that project to take place, you may not get full benefits from it. So it's like a premature ending to that project, you know. So you're a little burnt out, the project is burnt out, or whatever it is that you're working on. So I'm just seeing perhaps harvesting and sowing too soon. So definitely please slow down. Okay, for opportunities though that you could have, let's see. Lady Galaxia says, love that deck, such beautiful colors and messages. Ah, yes. To me, it's like, I don't know, something about it. It's like, I'm looking into a different time that I recognize. I don't know. We have this like weird connection, me and this deck. Okay, so this one is ferns, and this says new wonders. All right. So opportunities, I mean, why limit yourself? There is, you can create whatever you want in the month of June. But like I said, that could be a slippery slope, because knowing that basically the entire month is your oyster, if you wanted to work on making more money, or you wanted to bring in more love, or you want to really work on healing your traumas, like there's so much that you could do. If you want to, I don't know, start working on a vehicle, or I'm going to start a workout routine, or I'm going to, you know, there's all these things that we know that we can do. And so it's all about kind of narrowing that focus down. And when I think of ferns have to grow in a very fertile environment. The soil has to be very rich. Usually where ferns grow, mushrooms always grow. Also grow, I should say, not always grow, but they also grow because the soil is black and rich and fertile and, you know, teeming with life, you know, within its roots there. And so these ferns grow. And so there's so much that you guys can create and know that. but also know that you may have to narrow it down to just a couple of things or a few things that you can accomplish for the month realistically, not where the ego is involved, but more where the higher self is involved. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, for those of you that are in the chat today, we have our viewer's choice. So this is where you guys get to actually vote for the next card that I pull. So I'm going to have you guys vote with either red heart emojis or green heart emojis, depending on the question that you want me to answer. Okay, so here are the two questions. Let me read them to you. All right. Oh, let me look back here. Lady Galaxia said, yes, definitely nostalgic somehow. Yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm like, something about that deck. Okay, so here are the questions. First question, how can I add more light this month? And I was talking about light because, well, you know, in the Northern Hemisphere, it's like going to be summer and Litha and all of that. So more thinking about the physical light, but also light comes into play in the Southern Hemisphere as they are going to have much shorter days, whereas up here we're going to start having much longer days, well, until we hit the solstice. So how can we add more light, both physically and metaphorically? If that's a question you want me to answer, please vote with a red heart emoji, or if you don't have access to your emojis right now because you're at a keyboard, just type red heart. Okay. Second question, where have I had too much vacation and where have I not had enough? Meaning, where have we put in too much energy and where have we not put enough energy into something? And I say vacation because most people are taking vacations right now. Okay, so if that is a question you want me to answer, please vote with a green heart emoji. And again, if you are only at a keyboard, then just type the words green heart. Okay, so here we go again. Red heart for how can I add more light this month? Green heart for where have I had too much vacation and where have I not had enough? Okay, so looks like we have a few people in here, and you guys go ahead and cast your vote. So far, Sumi's coming in with one red heart. Lady Galaxia is coming in with one green heart. So you guys continue voting. I know some people are just kind of listening in the background. Mamina, hey! She's also coming in with a red heart. All right, so we have 2 red hearts to 1 green heart. Keep it going, you guys. Do, 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 do. Oh, give me just a second. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, I'll give you guys some more time in case anybody else would like to vote. Again, the red heart vote is for where you can add more light this month, and the green heart vote is for where we've had too much vacation or not enough vacation. Mamina said, just popped in too, and it's voting time. You're right on time. Lady Galaxia says, I love both actually. It says, every time you do the Jeopardy song, I do the bum bum at the end. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so I'm going to use the Earth Power Oracle for this particular question. Again, I'll give you guys just a little bit more time just in case anybody who's popping in and out or they're make their way back to their cell phone or their computer, they can have a chance to vote. But I'll just do a little shuffle in the meantime. And by the way, while we're just waiting here, anybody have dinner yet? What'd you guys have for dinner? I'm just being nosy. So I told you guys I made a German potato salad. I have had relatives in my family make German potato salad before, and it's always been delicious, but I haven't had it in a really long time, so I had to find a recipe online and modified it a little bit and had it today, and I think it was pretty good. I mean, James ate it all, so I'll take that as he really liked it. I have a little bit left over, so perhaps I'll eat more of my German potato salad tomorrow. But I'm just not into potato salad that has mayonnaise. Like I like vinegar. I like sour and biting, type foods. So, so I like the German potato salad. Okay, so let's take a look again. It looks like it's going to be red hearts. Mamina's never had German potato salad. You know, it's actually pretty simple. You just take the red russet potatoes, you know, boil them up so they get nice and soft. And then another pan, I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat meat, but you're supposed to do a little bit of bacon and then in the bacon grease, I guess you would fry some minced onion. So I just did the minced onion, and I have some oil that I have left over from like other, do you guys ever like save your oil so that it has like a little bit of flavor and then you can use it in other dishes? I do that anyway. So that way I had like flavored oil to use since I wasn't using bacon. And then I added water, vinegar, stone ground mustard. So it's a different type of mustard. It's not just yellow mustard, but it's got a very intense taste to it. And then some salt and pepper. I think that was, oh, and a little bit of sugar too. And then you let it boil down so it becomes a little bit thicker as a sauce. And then when the potatoes are all done, you dice them up, throw them in, flip it around, throw a little cilantro or parsley, whatever you have, throw it out on top, a little bit more salt and pepper. Boom, dinner is done. Let's see, Lady Galaxia said, I had barbecue chicken tonight with baked potatoes and green beans for dinner, trying to lean more healthy. And Mamina said, no, meat is fine with me. Yeah, do the whole save oil thing for flavor. Yep. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and pull that card then. So we had the red hearts. Where can we add more light this month? That is the winning vote. So let's see, where can we add more? Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the card. Okay. Mamina's gonna try this. Hey, let me know how it goes. Let me know. Okay, where can we add more light? And we have Taurus. So it says, we are one. I exercise self-care and care for my community. There is no one spiritual path, but many. Beautiful. Oh, I love the horse coming out of the sun. And we were literally asking where we can add more light, or how we can add more light. Amina said, I had spinach salad with chicken Mexican style, so I've been going more plant-based. I like plant-based more. Yes. Yeah, I've noticed my body's been doing a little bit better with more plant-based diet. All right, so let's see where we can add more light. Okay, so I said this question was kind of a two-part question, like where we can add more light, literally and metaphorically. So it seems like it could be the same type of activity, but you're adding light both literally and metaphorically. So what I mean by that is finding a way, as well, you guys were talking about barbecues and everything, of coming together as a community. It doesn't have to be a big get-together or even a big barbecue. It could be just you and a couple other people. It could be you and 200 other people. But this is something that it would be really good to utilize that solar energy for. And I was just talking about this earlier today about the sun, and everything in our world is literally just an external representation of everything that is going inside our little bodies. So we have moon energy inside of us. We have solar energy inside of us. Think of your solar plexus, your power, your light. And, you know, basically all the things that, you know, go on in the earth go on inside of us. And so when we try to come together with others, you know, whether it's just our neighbors or perhaps, you know, it's an entire apartment complex or whatever it may be, we have a chance to come together and bring our light together. It may not be a spiritual function, but the mere fact that people are laughing and enjoying themselves, sharing stories, being funny and ridiculous, they have a chance to relax. They have a chance to de-stress. They have a chance to shine their light in all their various ways. You know, some people really do have a great sense of humor. Some people are really good at cooking. Some people are really good at organizational skills. Hello, Virgo. Some people are really good at making sure sure that everybody has everything that they need. Some other people are really good at just people watching. They're just kind of chilling out there in the background, but still enjoying themselves. And so everybody has something to offer and something to get from that particular experience. So if you're looking to add more light in the month of June, well, why not share your light with others? And why not have it outdoors under the light of the sun in order to get that physical experience as well? So not only do we feel warm and fulfilled on the inside, but our external skin is feeling the warmth that we already feel inside, but it's just an external representation. So I do encourage you guys to figure out, even if you are more shy, how can I bring people together? And if you are more shy, you are more reserved, then get together with your Gemini friends or anybody else who is, or maybe even those who's really good at the gift of gab, getting parties together, getting people together. And you can also work your strong suits, your talents. So this is a great way for people to work their skills. So if you're not the party planner type, but you know a friend who is, get them involved. If you're more the person that likes to hang out in the background, well, then that's what you do. You hang out in the background. But just find a way for you guys to all come together. And again, it would be best if it was under the sun, the light of day, even if you're in the southern hemisphere, because we are coming up on a solstice in mid-June. And so solar energy, whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere, is going to become quite important. All right. Lady Galaxia said, we are made of star stuff. We definitely are. So we're made of the moon, we're made of the stars, our sun, which is a star. We're made of Mama Gaia. We are divine. We are from source. We are a mix of so many wonderful things. I'm like, it's pretty awesome to be human sometimes, you know. Lady Galaxia said, with summer here for us in the northern hemisphere, it definitely does feel like being together under the sun is going to be very fulfilling. Yeah, and so if you guys can, like I said, try to form a little bit of a get together. You know, I live in an apartment complex. Maybe, you know, we can do a little something, get maybe the next door neighbors involved or something, you know, maybe do something over out by the pool. I mean, there's been a lot of kids and their families out playing, so I don't know. It would be interesting to see what we all come up with, you know, because we all have different talents and different strengths. So I look forward to hearing what you guys end up doing. And of course, if I end up doing anything, I'll share it with you as well. But yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, so we've gotten to the portion of our reading today where we're going to be going into a bit of a healing. So I love doing that because you get a few minutes to yourself, just total relaxation. I'll do the guided meditation for you. All you have to do is just kind of relax, soak it up, take it in, and decide based on what you heard from the reading, which parts of it, number one, connected with you. And so with that knowledge, what do you intend for the month of June? What do you want to bring in? We do know that there's a lot of this 9 energy. There's a lot of very fertile energy. So it's all about narrowing down your choices rather than struggling to come up with choices. So what do you want to do? What are you going to narrow down to perhaps being your focus, or maybe just a general area of focus? And then also, so we don't get burned out with all the things, what is something that you're going to release? Maybe you want to release having control of everything and not collaborating with other people. So what is it that you would like to release? All right, let's see, let me go back here to your comments. Mamina said, I covered something like this in a channeled message today. I compared it to food flavors. What someone may think is a weakness is really a strength when it comes together with another. And using it with, like, comparing that to food is amazing, because on their own, these individual ingredients and spices is just kind of like meh, but you put some stuff together and it's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth, and you're just like, have I died and gone to source? Like, you know, this is like sweet and sour flavors. Bitterness can be a weakness to some, and so an extra sweetness, but when it's mixed together just right, it's perfection. Yummy. Yes. Lady Blind Wolf, hello. And then Lady Galaxia said, yes, love sweet and sour flavors together. Me too. I'm a sweet and sour fan. Okay, so for your healing today, I'm going to be busting out the tongue drum for you guys. And with this, I just let my higher self, heart, just kind of lead me on this one. Okay, get my little drumsticks. Okay, so go ahead and find a nice, comfortable spot. This will just take a few moments of just relaxation. Lady Galaxis said, yes, I love the sounds of hand drums. Yes. So go ahead and you can lay down if you want. So if you're laying down on the bed, just make sure that you're laying with your spine as straight as possible as you lay down. Or if you're sitting in a chair, on the couch, on the floor, on a towel like me, just make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall but relaxed. So imagine maybe a little ribbon coming out of the top of your head and somebody kind of sitting you up nice and straight. We just want to make sure that that tree of life known as our spinal cord is just nice and straight so that we can get all that information, downloads, and healing energy right through the spine. Amina said, love the 9 is my life path number, all in my birthday too. Really? Hey, that's so cool. And Kayla, how are you? Okay. All right. So once you've gotten yourself into a nice straight spine position, or as straight as it can be, go ahead and loosen up the limbs. Get the shoulders away from the ears, so just let them drop. Get your neck nice and loose. Your arms might start to feel heavy, legs might start to feel heavy. We're going to go ahead and turn our attention inwards. So if you want to go ahead and close your eyes, you may. And start focusing on your breathing. No judgment, just take notice of the air entering and leaving your body. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Do you have slow breaths right now? Are you breathing quickly? Or just taking notice? And now, with your next inhalation, I want you to take a nice, full and complete breath. That's breathing into the lungs, into the diaphragm, into the stomach. Here we go. And breathe in. Let that life force energy fill your entire body, and breathe out. Full exhale. Let that belly button hit the spinal cord. Breathe in. And out. And on your next inhalation, think about your intentions for the month of June. What do you wish to bring in? Perhaps it's more patience, greater focus, working on your communication skills. Maybe you want to bring in helpers, collaborative mates. Think of the things that you would like to breathe in and breathe that in. And as you exhale, think about what you are letting go of. As we bring in something new, something is released. All of life is a cycle, our breath cycle. Everything benefits from these cycles. Are you releasing old thought patterns, traumas, old ways of doing things, the ego's control at times? What are you releasing? And as you continue breathing in and out, go ahead and keep those intentions. You're breathing in what you want to bring in. You're breathing out that which you want to let go of. And as you continue breathing, I want you to imagine that in your right leg, you have roots coming out of your leg, your energetic roots, and they're diving deep into your floorboards, past your floorboards, past your slab, into the earth, being met with all the other root systems on land. Energetic root crystals, the roots of plants, the roots of trees, the energetic roots of all other humans, of animals, and all other roots. Tangling, becoming one as you seek out the core of the earth. And out of that right leg, you feel that connection with Mama Gaia's core. And you breathe in that fertile earth energy, land's energy, terra firma's energy. Breathe it in through the right leg, let it fill your entire body, and let that energy blast out the crown chakra up into source. And now at the same time with your left leg now has these energetic roots coming out of them. And your left leg and its roots are diving deep into the oceans of the earth. We must not neglect the other half of Gaia. We are ocean and we are land. We are earth. And allow those roots to take hold within the molecules, within the flow of ocean. And yes, you can ground yourself in that oceanic water, that deep blue. And you're reminded of the ocean that lives within you. Remember that everything external is also internal. You are earth and you are ocean. Breathe in that ocean energy, being reminded of the water within you. Let it fill your entire being and let that ocean energy blast out of your crown chakra up into source. And now source is being ignited, and that bright white high vibrational light moving down to your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root chakra, down through both legs, down into the fertile soil and down into the depths of the ocean, filling it with that source energy. And the thing that is in the middle is you. You are this dualistic conduit of divine energy, of source energy, which you are, and of Gaia energy, which you also are. And let those energies fill your body. And you can ask these energies to help you accomplish the intentions that you were breathing in and that perhaps you continue to breathe in, and to help you release the things that you were breathing out. Continue with this visualization as I play a little bit of music for you guys. guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love busting out the tongue drum. It just sounds so magical to me. It's like you can't play a wrong note. But anyway, I thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening with all of our Earth baby signs for June of 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed the messages. Thank you for joining in and participating. And I think I missed some of your guys' comments. Let me go back here just a little bit. Lady Galaxia said that was so relaxing. Thank you. You're very welcome. And like I said, I thank you guys for popping in. So if you haven't already, everybody who's in here, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to share it, go ahead and share this with others. I truly enjoy what I do. So if you ever want to send a little extra love my way, you can check out those links down below for my Patreon homies, which I'm always doing something with them. It seems like almost every day. Or if you just want to send a little something on PayPal me, you can. But otherwise, I just truly appreciate your guys' presence here and being able to just have a lovely evening, you know, finish up my potato salad and then hang out with my friends. So this is great. So I'm wishing you all an amazing June, and to all my homies out there, I hope that you have a happy birthday. I can't wait for my solar return. So let's see how many days we're doing. We're doing the countdown. 11 days until my solar return. 11 days. And my little brother's having his birthday next Sunday, actually, on the 4th. So, oh my goodness. I think I've told you guys, my brother and I, so we're 6 years apart in the 6th month, and we are 6 days apart and 6 minutes apart. So yes, we are the 6 siblings. Let's see here. Oh, lots of awesome emojis. Mamiya said, love it and love ya. Love you too. Shared it on your channel. Thank you so much. And Lady Galaxia said, definitely we'll be looking for the next live. Well, actually, I'm going to be going live one last time. Well, not last time, but it's the last time for the monthly readings tomorrow, and that will be for all the air signs. So hello, Gemini. And plus, yes, our other air sign friends. So we'll take a look at what June has for our earth friends, our air friends. I keep saying earth because we're doing earth signs today. Air signs. So Mamina wishing everyone a blessed night. Sumi is got the potato salad emojis, and Lady Galaxia sending love and light to all, and I'm sending you guys love and light as well. Have an amazing evening, and also just want to do a quick shout out to all of my Patreon homies for helping to support what I do here. So thank you, Michelle and Surian and Brandy and V, Samara, Kirsten, Jason, Charles, Brian, and Kayla. I thank you all so very much, and everybody who's here this evening and everybody who watches the replay. So have a good night, you guys. Take care. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow for the air signs at 7 p.m. All right? Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.